Alright, welcome back to the Arc Ascended Basics series. This week we're going to go over how to breed dinosaurs and combine their stats together so that you can imprint them at the end and get the most benefit that you can possibly have out of the dinosaurs, whether it be farming or going to fight the bosses. So first thing you want to do is find the dinosaur you're trying to breed up. I'm going to work on Ankylosauruses here in this video. I just went over to Herbivore Island and got 3 different ones. They all have different stats on them. You got to make sure you have at least one male and at least one female. Everything else is butter after that, and butter makes everything better. Alright, so step 1 is going to be getting in here and checking all their stats. Either taking a screenshot, taking a picture with your phone, write them down, whatever you got to do. Alright, once you have screenshots taken or you wrote it down, I go back through and rename them based on which stats are the highest one on that dino. So this one only has only has melee damage as their highest stat. The only stat that the female is the best at is melee damage. So I'll just go in here, rename it M, melee. And then this guy, he has the best stats in stamina, oxygen, food, and weight. So I'll rename him, what did I say? Stamina, oxygen, food, and weight. So, just the first letter of each one, that's all I do. That way I know what they're the best in. And then the eggs will have their names on them too, so you'll know which egg came from what combination of parents. And this one should just have health. So I think everything else is taken care of, right? Yeah, this guy is just health. So we get an H. This is going to be a bit of a complicated combination because I got 2 males and 1 female, and 2 of them have just one stat that I want. So really, the best thing I'm going to try here is I'm going to try and get this guy's health onto a female so that I can just get down to 1 male. You got to get down to 1 male as quick as possible, I think. So let's turn on breeding on both of these, and we wait. I'll wait until they're done breeding. I have my rates turned up quite a bit because I'm not patient. I don't want to wait. I don't have time to wait for making videos. But we'll be back when we got an egg. We'll hatch it up and see what we got. But in the meantime, if you want to breed for colors, do that after you get all your stats where you want them. Because you can always just inject a color. Like with Arc Ascended now, those colors aren't tied to stats like they used to be. So you can just, say if I like this white, and this guy's green feet or whatever, I can breed them back and forth over and over again until I get both the stats and the color I want. But I always wait until I have perfect male and females with all the stats, and then start injecting the color in there. Alright, we have our first egg, and it tells you here, Ankylosaur 119 and 112. Hey, why didn't it give her... It should give their names. It is supposed to give their names there, that's a bug. Oh, you know what? Oh, I don't think you can name them a single... Yeah, alright, that's the problem. You can't name them just a single letter. I think it has to be 3. Let's try 2. Alright, 2 works. That's a little annoying when they only have 1 stat. But not a big deal. We'll be replacing both of those pretty quick, I think. But just throw it on the ground near where you want to hatch it. Oh, it's really annoying when it says too hot. That's the worst. And then it gets harder to find a spot where you can incubate them. Out here in the water helps. Usually it's too cold and you got to turn a fire on. Later in the game, you'll have air conditioners, and they'll make it hot or cold, whatever. They'll just make it perfect. But we'll hatch this guy up, or girl, whatever pops out. Claim it. I don't care about giving it a name yet. And then check its stats. It does not have max health, does not have max stamina, does not have max oxygen, does not have max food, does not have max weight, does not have max melee. So this is just an all-around turd. What you do with all-around turds is set them to passive, and then unclaim them, and stab them till they die. It takes a little while with Ankies because they're armored, But, oh. Alright, come over here, bud. You don't need to be doing that. I guess he kept the meat on him, so that's fine. But you're gonna need a bunch of meat to keep your babies alive later. I got some in here, might as well grab a stack. But, first one's a bust, not a big deal. Just keep breeding. Ready to mate in 5 minutes. Ugh, that's a bit of a pain. That's almost as, I think I got it at 0.02. You can put the stat at 0.01 if you're on single player, if it's your server, if you want to make it even faster. I'll be back when I have a hatched Enki, male or female, that has health and melee on it. Alright, we have a male now that has both health and melee on it. Just stop there, will you? Oh, you know what? These guys don't eat meat, they eat berries. We got the health and the melee. So we took our just health dude out of the rotation. I'm gonna hang on to him because I like those colors. I'm not gonna kill this guy right away. I might breed those colors back in if I need to. Oh, you're so bloody. Your health going up? Alright. We gotta wait for him to grow up so that we can get him into the breeding rotation. But we can go ahead and name it HM, health and melee. And it's asking me to cuddle. Make sure you do not do any imprinting during the breeding process when you're trying to combine stuff. Only do your imprinting at the very end when you have the final dino that you plan on riding. Otherwise, it's going to mess up your stats. Because if you imprint, these stats are going to go up, and the bonuses that you get for imprinting do not carry over. Only these base stats carry over. Equip saddle. All right, here we go. Now he'll eventually heal back up. Like he'll quit being so bloody. It don't matter. He can still breed with a bloody mess. Set him up, get him going. And now I need a female with these two, with both these stats. So then, once I get a female with health and melee, then we can move on to breeding with this guy. So now I gotta get the health and melee onto a female. Because ideally, well, you gotta get down to a single male as quick as possible. Because you can't breed two males together. It's just not gonna work. You can't have two males put their input into one female. This isn't an Pornhub video. But we'll get the stats onto a female, and then you really want as many females as you can get with as many of the stats you want as possible. And then you'll start replacing females as you get better and better stats. And hopefully this egg that's about to pop out, we're going to get lucky, and it will just be the female we need, and we can move on to the next step. Alright, we got the egg. Let's throw it in the water. Yeah, there's the names, MMHM. Too hot. Gotta go a little deeper. Incubating, there we go. And I got my egg hatch speed really high too. I don't like waiting. Especially when you can have weather changes that stop your egg incubating halfway through. I mean, once you have air conditioners later, it's not that big a deal, but... Alright, what do we got? Oh, it's another male. Unfortunate. It is the right stats, but it's a male. So... Whoops. Oh, what are you doing? Set to passive. Unclaim. Why is it floating away? It's not supposed to be able to move, it's unpassive. I assume that's just the problem of the water. Yeah, it's just floating, even the corpse is floating around. But yeah, kill them, because that way you don't have 100 dinos stacking up. Sometimes that's not an exaggerated number. But you don't want a bunch of dinos to stack up, and they give you food. Gives you meat to put back in your feeding trough. Is anybody gonna eat the prime meat before it rots? But alright, we'll be back once I have a female with health and melee. Alright, we have our female with health and melee. Go ahead and change your name. Wait for her to grow up, and then we'll get this one out of the way while we're waiting. I'm gonna keep this one around too, because I also like these colors. I like the colors on all three of the ones that I found over there on Herbivore Island, actually. It's kind of weird. But that also means that we don't need this guy anymore. Alright. So we're officially... Oh my god, come on. It's like a traffic jam around here. At least it's not Ichthyornis trying to rile everybody up. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention, like, even though it's always a good idea to put everything you're breeding on passive, they always have some things not on passive around you, in case you don't see something attacking something. But the ones you're breeding, you don't want to have to move them back every 5 minutes and Ichthyornis spawns or something. Alright, so now we're back down to 1 male and 1 female. So we're just gonna breed these up. Get these breeding, and we'll be back whenever we have some combinations of these 2 stats. Alright, well that didn't take long. The first egg we got had health and melee. It's a female, so we know right there it's at least going to be added to the mix. But it also has oxygen and food. Alright, so now all we gotta do is get stamina and weight on a female. Now, if you're feeling lucky, you can leave the other female in the mix. I'm not going to, because I don't feel lucky. Like, I got 2... Whoops, I told you to stop breeding. So, this one we're gonna get out of here. This will probably be killed, to be honest. So we got health, oxygen, food, melee. So we just got to get stamina and weight from the male, and then start getting a combo of the 2 together, 1 of each, a male and a female. So we'll be back when this one drops an egg, and maybe it's gonna be good to go. All right, what did we get? All right, we got health. I don't think that's stamina. No, we do not have stamina. We do still have oxygen. Oh yeah, oxygen we should always have now. Same with food, right? Oxygen and food. What do you got? Yeah, OF. Oh, yeah, they both have OF. The weight is no good, and the melee damage is good. So we got the same thing. So we got another female to add into it to try and get more eggs, to get more options, more opportunities to combine. So unfortunately we didn't get any bonuses on this one, but it is the exact same female we already have. Oh, fuck. Whoops. That complicates things. Now we can't see the stats. There still is going to be the same stats, so it's not that big a deal since we have one. But that is annoying. Alright. But I guess this will show you what I mean about the stats not carrying over. Like, I accidentally imprinted this one, so it's got big bonuses to everything. But if we get an egg out of this one... Actually, let's change that name to HOFM2 so we can verify that. Alright, so now we have 2 females, 2 identical females, breeding. Which will help us get more eggs and get all of these stats combined with these stats quicker. And quicker is always the goal. Alright, and when I got 2 eggs here to hatch. We're gonna do 1 at a time. Too hot, come on. It's really annoying that they keep floating away. Alright, it's another female. We got health, oxygen, food, and no melee. So we're not even gonna keep this one. We'll just let it float away. I get rid of the ones that go backwards. I don't want one that doesn't have. I don't want to add another female to the breeding that doesn't have all the stats of my current females. So now we try the other one. Too hot. Gotta get it out where it'll float away. That's important, I guess. There we go. Alright, this one doesn't have the health. Oh man. Doesn't have the stamina either. It's only got oxygen, food. Only oxygen and food. Okay, this is just crap. That's a very rare one. Like, that's almost impossible. So put these guys back on breed. Alright, and we wait for the next round of eggs. And we're just gonna keep repeating this until I have all of the stats on both dinos. I guess we'll be back whenever I have all of the stats on at least a male or a female. At least one of them. I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me read for an hour, because it might take an hour or two, even with the increased rates, to get all the stats onto one gender. Alright, we're back. And amazingly, We got one with health, stamina, oxygen, food, weight, and melee, all maxed out. So what I call these, I rename these to, it's a female, so PF, perfect female. Has all the stats I'm looking for. Now while that grows up, we can move these out, put them out to pasture if you will. Our garden out here is getting kind of full. I should have made more saddles so I didn't have to keep moving them all so much. Had a few eggs build up because we had a heat wave. I couldn't get one to hatch. It got too hot. So now all we got to do is breed these back and forth until we get a perfect male. That's an egg for the kibble farm. So will these ones be. You can hold those. I could hatch them up and I might get another perfect female. Or I could even get a perfect male. Actually, yeah, I am going to go ahead and hatch them up. Can at least hatch one of them up while we're waiting. Because, yeah, I do still have a chance to get a perfect male or female out of these. It does not have stamina. So we got a turd. That's okay. We know what to do with turds. Look away. It's food for when I start breeding things that eat meat. Next. Oh, and of course you're gonna float away. You were barely off the... Man, come on. Alright, no stamina. No melee. Alright, you're a turd. Alright, now we're gonna hatch up this egg that has a better chance now. Since it has a perfect female. Too cold, really? If you get it too cold, then just dig out your torch. It's probably gonna be enough. If it's not enough, then you can go up to buy campfires. In fact, I'm gonna move it up here just to see if it will go up here. Oh yeah, too hot. Nope, there it was. Dang. Incubating, alright. This will keep it from floating away on me. Oh, twins! That's either good or bad. Good or annoying. It does not have health. This one's a female. It's got stamina, oxygen, food, weight. It's got everything but health. But it's a female. We already have a perfect female, so it's a turd. If this one's a male with those stats, we'll keep them. Nope. So, passive they are. Oh, yeah, I have to unclaim them because I don't have friendly fire on. Oh, there goes. Excellent. Alright, this is my last egg from the heat wave. Alright. Perfect female will be breeding again by the time this is done. Triplets! Ugh. These are twins and triplets are supposed to be pretty rare, but I seem to get them way too often. Doesn't have melee. Doesn't have weight. So these are just all trash. Letting them on passive is supposed to prevent them from running away like this. Oh, my campfire. That's an annoyance of killing them near your campfires. Alright, well, we're gonna skip ahead now up to whenever I finally get a perfect male. Well, we did get another perfect female. Yeah, alright, so here we have, with the second female, we're gonna be able to breed twice as fast. And that'll help us get our perfect male even quicker. So we'll be back whenever we have a perfect male. Alright, we got it. We got two perfect males. And since we only need one, we can go ahead and cuddle this one and get our imprint for the one we're gonna ride. Try and get them separated here. Alright, and when this one grows up, then we will put him into the breeding rotation. So he gets the name PM, perfect male. Alright, and yeah, that's how you breed up and combine your stats for dinos. You can do this with all dinos that you can breed, which I'm pretty sure, well, it's not all of them actually. Like wyverns you can't breed, but they're not on this map, so they don't matter. They'll be out whenever Scorched Earth finally comes out in spring, supposedly. We'll see. But yeah, if you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, helps the video get seen by a lot more people. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more great tips like this, or if you want to get notified when the mutations guide comes out. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe out there.